Today we'll be understanding about Tosca automation tool. So before I jump into the session, I would like to introduce myself. So before I start the session, can everyone or any one of you tell me, is my screen visible and am I audible? Understanding about Tosca automation tool. So before I jump into the session, I would like to introduce myself. So before I start the session, can everyone or anyone? Yes, so let us start today's session. So today we'll be understanding what is manual testing. Before we jump directly to the automation testing tool, we'll just give a brief about what is manual testing and what is automation testing, what is the how Tosca started its journey and what is actually this Tosca automation tool and how is it different from other tools, what is scriptless testing, all the things are covered as part of today's class, okay? So give me like 20 minutes of your time. So first 20 minutes, I'll try to cover as much as I can about Tosca, and then I'll take 5 minutes of break where I address all your questions if you have anything, and then we'll continue the session. I'm sorry for my voice. I have a very bad throat today. Yeah. So what is manual testing? Can any one of you take the initiative and tell me what is manual testing? If you have any knowledge about what is manual testing. Anyone. It's okay. It's completely fine if it is not as per the definition. I just want to understand if anyone has any understanding about manual testing.
Basically, we are trying to test an application ourselves without using any code.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes, we don't use any code. We normally test the data. Okay. So suppose I take a small example of let us take some. Yeah. Let us say some for Facebook page. Okay. So there's a simple page where we have this email and password and login button. Okay. So our aim is our developers has developed this page where they have just recently created an email text box, a password text box, and a login button. So they asked us to test it. So what we will do, we will have couple of combinations of email, we have couple of combinations of password, and we try to click on login and then we jump on to write some test cases and then we do it manually as we are doing manually without any help of any other tool. So it is called as manual testing. Okay. So if you have to do a proper definition, so manual testing is a software testing process in which test cases are executed manually without using any automated tool. So we will write it as I told you, we will be writing some steps and some test cases. Like we have to understand what are the different scenarios or different inputs and all we will be using for this Facebook login page. So that is why we will be writing some test cases. What are we doing while doing manual testing? We are ensuring the product that we are giving to the client and the end customer is perfect. So that is why we are doing a manual testing. And we also make sure that test cases are planned and implemented to complete almost like 100% of the software application, and test reports are also generated manually. Okay. So now coming to the automation testing, what is automation testing is nothing but we are doing the same action. Okay, we are trying to test the same page, but here what we are doing is we'll be relying on some tools, some frameworks. Okay, so these tools and with the help of these tools and frameworks, we'll be testing our software that has to be tested. Okay, so in the market there are so many automation tools. If you see, it might be, we will see what are the different automation tools. So if you come down, so this are the different automation tools in the market. If you see, these are for 2023 and these are like 2024. So Catalan Studio, Selenium, UFT1, SOAP UI, Test Complete, each and every individual tool, whatever you're seeing, is having a unique element. Okay, so that means if SOAP UI, if you take for UFT, it is totally on BB scripting. SOAP UI, you do API testing. So Jmeter, performance testing. So like that, if you are using any one of that, if you have any knowledge about these tools, these are the top tools for 2023 and 2024. Okay, so first now, as we know that automation testing, we are relying on something to understand this. So these days business are, I mean, applications are getting modernized, everyone are moving to cloud, and we are having so many innovations, and we are growing faster than before, right? And also IT landscape has, it's like now it's everything is totally interconnected. We have different systems, different technologies. Okay, so even suppose if you say, if you take SAP, if you take web application, here if you see simple Facebook application, there might be some database that is interconnected. Even a small change here might affect your database, right? So in that scenario, when you write a test case, you have to go and upgrade all your test cases, you have to upgrade all your test data, everything. But here coming to this um, Tosca, it's a very slightest change that you have to do. Okay, so how and when we can do that, we will see. So before jumping directly to know about Tosca, so we will start understanding what exactly Tosca is, how Tosca started its journey. Okay, so Tricentis was founded in 2007 and it has developed. So this Tricentis is a team where they started this Tosca in 2007, which has a Tosca Explorer. Okay, before that, in 2007, started Tricentis Tosca was started. To actually in 2000 was where this Tosca started its journey. But later, Tricentis has took over in 2007, and it started developing Tosca. So, what exactly Tosca is? Tricentis Tosca is, it's an automation tool which has completely no code. Okay, so there's nothing you have to write a single line of code. It is AI powered solution. Now everyone knows what is the importance of AI here, right? So every day by day, every day we are seeing a lot of AIs. Say ChatGPT, say, I mean, if you have to convert your PPT into your presentation, you can use ChatGPT. If you want to get notes from YouTube, you get ChatGPT AI. All these have become major part of our role. So here also, and Tricentis Tosca also, AI plays a little role for optimization and speeding up end-to-end testing across various digital platforms. And also it simplifies creation of automated tests, allowing users to focus on their systems without any manual intervention. With there's nothing we need manual intervention automatically. Once it is, I mean, gathered together, it can do everything by itself. So we will see the journey of Tosca before directly jumping into understand. So early years of 2007, that means after Tricentis has took over this Tosca. So from 2007 to 2010 was mostly on foundation. I mean, it was founded and it started supporting agile and DevOps methodologies, and then it started focusing on model based testing. So we will understand what is model based testing in later stages of the class. So we will be using models, and then with the help of the models we'll start creating our test cases. And then from 2011 to 2015, it started some more features. It added a few more features like continuous testing, enhanced user experience, and also it started integrating, I mean, APIs. So it can also scan APIs. You can do an API testing with the same Tosca tool. And then from 2016 to 2020, it started with AI and machine learning, and it started with a new version called Tosca 14, which has more capabilities and more features like test case design, and it can also do exploratory testing, and we can also do automated testing. Different types of automations can be done, and also unlike other tools, it can also get integrated with popular Jira tools like Jenkins, Selenium, and other more workflows for DevOps environment. Okay, so that is how Tosca started its journey. Now it's 2024. So we will see the recent developments from 2021 till present. There's a shift left testing. So what is shift left testing is nothing but along with the development, we will be doing the testing. So Tosca has now come into such a position, even a smaller portion of developed version can be tested. Okay. So later it might have some changes in that particular piece of code that you have tested. So there is no need for you to go and do a lot of hard work to upgrade your test cases and all. Okay. So there are a lot of concepts in Tosca where you simply jump into that particular site, change a simple parameter or simple test step, and it will get reflected to 100 to 200 test cases. So that is how this shiftless testing has become more popular, and cloud and virtualization support. So it has helped more into cloud-based testing, and there are so many environments it started supporting, like cloud applications, everything. And even in the Tosca suite, there are a lot of new features where we can streamline all our workflows. We can increase our boost, test case coverage, everything. And collaboration, yes, we have better collaboration now as this has enhanced features and all. Now we can easily collaborate with development and testing team, and we can have the ownership of quality very nicely. Okay. So this is how Tosca started, and now if you see at present, there are lot more changes, majorly onto cloud and virtualization support, shift left testing, and few more are there. That is how Tosca is. So you know how Tosca is still developing, as there's a machine learning and AI that is included. Obviously, it will be the next market leading tool. It's already a market leading tool, and it is also supporting 160 plus technologies. Whichever you ask, all those things are being developed and tested by Tosca. So now let us understand how this Tosca works. Okay, so if you see, these are the three major things that Tosca has as the major feature. It is a risk optimized and model based approach and codeless AI powered. So next 2 to 3 days, I'll be talking more about this model based approach. Once you get acquainted to this word called model based approach, then I'll explain you what model based testing is. And codeless and AI powered, so as there is no code involved, there is a major role of AI playing here. So that is why it is called as codeless and AI powered. And risk optimization. So you know how to reduce your risk of testing. So what kind of testing to prioritize, what test cases to prioritize, what needs to be executed first. All these things can be easily you can get through all these details easily with the help of Tosca. So if you see, this is a simple picture or simple let me okay, focus is okay, where you can see the models are created and test cases are created. You can automate, optimize, accelerate end-to-end testing. Okay, so suppose you might come up saying that, first of all, I have one web application testing, and then I have to connect to the database, and then from database I have an API that I have to interact with. Yes, it is completely possible with Tosca. So you can start with web application testing. The same model you can use for API testing if you feel it supports and it is relevant to that particular testing. And then you can also connect your APIs. Everything, all end-to-end testing can be done in a single flow. And you can also remove the risk of your software releases, like you can detect the risk early stages of the cycle. So obviously it will remove the risk and release faster and higher quality of software. As there is no code involved, for you to implement or complete, I mean, your test case execution or test case, this thing, it is very easy. Okay. So that is why it is called as. So basically how this AI works is you start scanning your application. You will know about what is scanning in the later stages of the class. So then you create a develop a model. So based on that model, you start developing your test cases. Develop your test cases. So this is how it gives a picture about how this test cases are being developed. Okay, and coming to this AI powered vision. So if you see in the first generation, we have this script based automation, and then it slowly moved to the model based no code test automation, and now it's AI powered automation. So you will be able to automate any old technologies or also new technologies to get ready. I mean, if you have to do like desktop applications, if you have to interact with your any other black screen applications, for all those things, it doesn't take much time. You can easily do it within a span of time with the help of this Tosca video. I mean, Vision AI. So if suppose if you have a remote desktop application and you have to automate the desktop application, yes, it is completely again possible with the help of this Vision AI. It doesn't, I mean, it doesn't go and see is it a technical layer or is it a representation layer. So it is not concerned about this. It will simply go and help you automating your application. Okay. So and also there is a special I don't know. Yeah. And also there is a special property called self-healing property in the current market, I mean, current versions of your Tosca, where it will help you. So there is no need for you again rely on upgrading your test cases. This self-healing will help you to heal the test cases by itself. Okay. So we will see what is self-healing very clearly in the later stages once we get to understand the basics of Tosca. And also we will be able to, as I've already told, we can be able to test much earlier in the development cycle than waiting for the code to deploy. Okay. So this all happens with the help of Tosca Vision AI. And yes, so risk-based test automation approach is a very, very important and very, I mean, good thing that can happen in Tosca. Okay, sorry. So if you see here, you can build it. So your developers will build it. So they code it, they build it, they give it for test, and then you can release it, they deliver it, you can operate. Everything can happen like simultaneously. There is no need that you have to wait for this thing has to complete, this thing has to complete and all. Okay. So by this, what happens is we can cut 40% of the risk. I mean, it's not that we cannot coverage this much risk. So 40% of the risk is, I mean, cut down, and 90% of coverage is happening here with the help of this risk-based test automating approach. And if you see here clearly, yeah. So if you see here clearly, it clearly says there are some test cases, there is a coverage specified, there is execution state. So you can understand just by seeing it. Even your client can dive in and he can understand what is happening with your test cases. What is the requirement I have given? For that requirement, how many test cases have been built? How many requirement sets have been created? All these things you can easily dive in, and this report also can be circulated with your client on your day-to-day basis if needed, or like requirement to requirement basis, whatever it is up to the client. Okay. And also with the help of this test case design, so I mean, the logic will be same for all your like 10 scenarios, suppose, and you just have to change your test. I mean, only the variables that you have to send to the scenarios. So they can easily develop that flexible testing model. You can create it. You can just tell Tosca that you have to build these many test cases, and simple changes, even if there is a lot of, I mean, changes, nothing, you just have to go to the test case design sheet Let me open Tosca. So you can simply go to this particular test case design sheet and you can maintain your test cases easily. You can develop your test cases easily. All these things can happen easily. Okay. So yeah, here there's a special feature of this Tosca where you can design your test sheets here and you can build all your information or give all your variables here, and Tosca will go ahead and do all the different kinds of combination, and then it will easily generate all your test cases without you interfering and going and creating all these test cases. And this also will be seen in our sessions practically. And there is also a special feature called test data management in Tosca, where it will gives us the flexibility of saving all the information of our test cases from end to end. Okay, so in the starting of your test case, you might have developed or created some test data, and that has to be reused at the end of your test cases. So in that scenario, you can simply go and use this test data management tool, where it will help you to store all your information, update your information, delete your information from this. All those things can be possible with this test data management. Yes, and distributed execution, this is again one big boon, I can say, with the help of Tosca. You can do parallel testing. Parallel testing can be done here, like 100 number of test cases you can run simultaneously without a human or very less support from the human. Okay, so that is called as distributed execution. Reporting, and reporting is an inbuilt feature of Tosca, where you no need to rely on any other tools. Here itself, in the Tosca itself, you can see all your reports, what kind of reports you want, on what basis you want. Is it for only execution status, is it only for test cases? All those things can be easily seen here. Okay, and also if you see, it Tosca supports 160 plus applications. Apart from that, it also supports Jira, Jenkins, Azure, GitLab, Citrix, Microsoft, Oracle, Avlok, SAP, Salesforce, .NET, Java, Excel, Outlook, PDF, and React.js. Okay, so these are some of them that I could show you, as most of you might be familiar with this. Apart from this, there are 160 plus applications Tosca is supporting. Yeah, and if you see, this is one of the review from the customer called Spar. After using Tosca, they have given how much execution speed they have been increased and how much efficient it was. When they started using Tosca, all those things they have given some reviews. Yes. So by seeing this, you might have, I might have covered most of them. These are the most frequently asked questions from every batch, like is Tosca tool on demand? Obviously, the previous slides should have answered you, is it on demand or not? How will be my feature in Tosca? Yes, this is also again answered in my previous slides. Should I have to know any scripting language prior? Yes, absolutely. There is no scripting language. We'll not be writing even one single line of code. It's just a model-based test automation approach. You have to understand how you have to create a model and how you have to use it. How can I shift from manual to automation? It is pretty simple for you to shift from manual to automation. However, you have done your manual testing, you just have to analyze what steps needs to be done first, and you have to understand how this tool is working for you. Then you can do this easily with the help of Tosca. Will I get a good job in Tosca? Yes. You might have seen the features and how it started its career and how many applications it is supporting. So with all this information, do you think it's a good market, right? You will be able to get a good job in Tosca. So will this course be helpful in getting the job? Yes. To answer this question, these are all my reviews that are there from my previous batches who have offers from different like MNCs. If you see Infosys, Wipro, and also each one of them who have tried very rigorously, they have at least 4 to 5 offers in the hand after they have completed this process. Okay, so they have got 3 offers and he has already joined 1 offer. And if you see, this is a final certification that we get from Tricentis itself once we complete all the course that we are covering. Okay, so on that note, I would like to explain what all the syllabus that we are covering. So here, if you see, we are covering as as part of our syllabus AS1, AS2, TDS1, TDS2, AE1, database testing, and API testing. So these are the different courses that we are covering as part of our syllabus. And the course time is from 30 to 35 hours. Okay, it depends upon not more than 35 hours. Before 35, we'll complete all the syllabus. And yes, now I would like to take a few questions from you and then I'll give you a few more descriptions of Tosca and then we'll move on to the session. Yes, anyone has any questions? So no questions, everyone are good with what all the things that I've explained?
Will you provide
Yes.
Tosca practice software?
Sorry?
Uh, will you provide the Tosca for practice?
Yes, Tosca is support. Tosca is given for you on the day, I mean, after we start, first 3 or 4 days will be my theoretical classes. After theory, will be totally like installation of Tosca and then it is all practical. Okay, it is more practical, less theoretical.
Uh,
You
can we
mean you
expect
provide
from you, like, can we
provide
expect the
the
live examples?
The, sorry, Dilip, please tell me.
Can we can we expect live examples?
Yeah, we'll be working on all the scenarios, okay, different scenarios. And also,
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
also be
be
explaining how
working
you
on like scenario based. You will be explaining, but in the live how we need to be in that. Will
Yeah,
you?
that is what, Dilip, I'm trying to understand, I make you understand. So
Hmm.
what I implement in the project, how you face challenges in the project, it is not scenario based. It is according to how we will be implementing each and every topic. So that is how we'll be working out. And for everything, we have examples, project based examples, everything will be provided.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, for you, I mean, for your question, Raju, yes, we are providing token and also the license. Any other questions?
So can it be installed in Windows, MacBook? What are the requirements to install the software? Any idea?
MacBook is not supported, only Windows. We will see the requirements in the next coming slides.
Okay, so whatever the syllabus you are providing, ma'am, so we gone through that syllabus. Just wanted to understand that syllabus will covers only the software testing, the ERP applications, or how it is.
Yeah, if you see here in this, so it is AS1 and AS2 is completely web application. So you will develop a web application and after that, how to get help from your test design sheet. And coming to TDS2, it is all about test data management. How do you manage your tests and all? So for this, we'll be using our test data management tool. And for database testing, we'll be using a separate database and we'll be creating a database and we'll be getting this database testing. API testing, we'll be doing couple of APIs depending upon are this thing. Okay, so APIs will be covered, web application testing, database testing, and in automation level engineer, we'll be saying how to scan your PDF and how to do a non-web application testing, how to connect to your Outlook. All those things will be covered as part of AE level 1.
So non-web applications, it means, let's say, for example, if I want to do a Salesforce testing, will it be covering non-web applications?
Yeah, we can do a small workaround, but after you complete all this, right, you will be in a situation to handle any kind of application. Either it might be Salesforce, it might be SAP, it might be Oracle or ERP, anything.
How long? Sorry, how long can we have this Tosca software on our will provide?
Yeah, it is 90 days. If you want, we can extend it for you.
Mansa, that extension will
Have a
be
question
free
in the
or for
chat
that
box.
we need to pay extra amount for the license? License
No, it is free.
extend. Okay,
It is free.
thank you.
So do you provide any assistance if required in future? Yes, for sure we will. I'm here to support you. I am still in touch with my old teammates starting from batch 1. So if you really need some help, you can ping me on my WhatsApp and I am already there in the group. Yeah, Tosca doesn't support Mac OS. If you are trying to install it in Mac OS, I would recommend you to get a Windows laptop because Mac OS, there is no direct software for us to install.
So it means whoever is working on Mac laptops, this will not work.
No. Mac it is not supporting. Yes, I do know there is a workaround, but it takes a lot of time and energy also. But most of the time, and that is not directly provided from Tricentis. Okay, so we will not be using until unless we get a go from Tricentis, only then we'll be using Mac. So till then we'll be using only Windows. Yes, and Tricentis is in the process of developing or supporting a software for Mac. So you will have it very soon. But for now, if you are trying to install in Mac, no, we are not doing it. We are doing only in Windows.
But still companies are using Tosca, whoever is working on the MacBooks, right?
Yeah, that is what. There is a workaround. They can do it.
Hi Mansa, regarding certification, whatever all the certification you have mentioned, so those are free or from the Tricentis or anything need to be paid for any certification?
No, I will talk about the certifications now. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So if you see each and every AS1, AS2, TDS1, TDS2, AE1 database testing, API testing, like 3 or 4 months back, each and individual one is a certification. But now they have converted each and everything as a badge. Okay. So once you complete AS1, they will give you a badge. Once you complete AS2, they'll give you a badge, AS2 certified, like AS2 badge completed, TDS1 badge, all those things are now badges. So you can get this product consultant certification only if you complete all these badges. Okay. So to get your this final certification of achievement where they say that you have achieved a product consultant certification, you need to complete all these badges, AS1, AS2, TDS1, TDS2, AE1 database testing and API testing. Okay. So to have it, you have to enrolled in this Tricentis Academy site. So where you enroll for all these individual badges and final badge, you can see it here at this icon, and then you can always showcase it because if you see any of the job requirement, they ask you for AS1, AS2 and TDS1 and TDS2 for sure. Okay. So that is why AS1 and AS2 badges are very mandatory. So nowadays they have, they have come up and they are asking for 4 to 5 certifications out of this. So that is also an added advantage. So everything is a badge now. Yes, I think you still see in the LinkedIn or your job descriptions AS1 as a certification, AS2 as a certification. Please don't get confused. They have to upgrade the job description. They did not do it yet. I see most of the companies are still asking for AS1 and AS2 certifications. They are not certifications. Don't get confused.
So those
Hope
are
I have
free, right?
answered. Yeah,
So
everything
those
is
are
free. Whatever we are doing, everything is free. There is no
and
extra charges.
that main final certification, that product consultation, that is also free.
Yes, that is also free.
Okay. And for this badges, will you provide any down files kind of, from the previous any sample papers will be there
Yeah.
that we
So
can
for
go through?
after, yeah, I'll tell you the pattern of how we will go. So
Okay.
first we will complete AS1. So it will take 10 to 11 days to complete AS1. So after I complete AS1, I'll give you a quick review. I mean, what we have done, like we will see in after each and every class also, you will have some questions that you need to get, I mean, you need to answer them. And after that, at the final, I'll show you the final papers that I have it handy for each and every certifications. All the question papers like sample, not really necessary that those questions will be there, but all the topics will be equally covered. So sample questions will be covered. Interview questions also will be covered, and I'll also tell you how to. I mean, there real-time examples of how you might face a question in the interview, or how you might face a question in your final Tosca consultant certification exam. All those things will be clearly explained while we are doing this classes. Okay, so all those things will be there. And after I complete AS1, I'll tell you guys how to enroll it, how to start with your exam, and how to complete your badge, all those things. I'll give you each and every step for you to complete it. So by the time we complete all these certifications, you will also be handy with almost all the badges with you, like AS1, AS2, TDS1, TDS2, database and API. A1 is the last one that I'll be covering. So maybe at the end you will complete after this course, but that by that time you will be also having all these 5 certifications handy with you along I complete my certification. So it's not like I explain everything and I leave it to you. You have to complete. No, you will have enough support, because in WhatsApp, we'll all discuss how it is going with this. What is this? Certifications, who have completed, which gives motivation to others, and they can also start with all the certifications. Yes. Any other question on that note?
Ma'am, I am very new to this field. Is that okay to I doesn't have any knowledge about automation testing, but is that okay to start a new beginning for a Tosca?
Yeah, it is not necessary that you have to have some knowledge on automation testing, but it is always good practice if you have some knowledge on testing. So because I repeatedly keep on talking about what is test cases, what is a test seat, and all those things, the basic terminologies, if you can get acquainted with all the testing knowledge, it would be good. Okay, if you face any difficulty, let me know. I will give you some information, like what are the main topics that you have to just have a brush up before you start automation. But for this, if you are looking, I would suggest only a basics of testing would need. Other than that, there's nothing that we needed. Any other queries? Any other doubts?
I think I missed somewhere. So these automation specialist 1, 2 courses are badges. They are not certificates, right?
Yeah, they have, Tricentis have changed it now. So previously these were each an individual certifications, but now it is a badge. But now, once you complete all these badges, you can complete 2 certifications. Okay. So one is Tricentis Tosca product consultant, and other one is basic Tricentis automation tool. So 2 certifications you can complete, which means you have completed 6 to 7 badges.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
does that certification have any validity?
They don't have any updated any validity yet, but they will give you a date on the certificate when it is completed.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe in future they might introduce that one also. Okay. Yes. So on that note, I would want to explain what is this automation specialist level 1, what you will be learning, and what is AS2 and all. Okay. So basically, automation specialist 1 is nothing but you will understand the basic Tosca commander. So how to use it. So if you see, this is a tool that we'll be using day in, day out. So you will be understanding how to use it. So we'll start with this module section, then we'll move to test cases, then we'll move to execution list, and so on. Okay, so in AS1, as part of AS1, we will understand how to get the controls of this web application. Okay, and how to recognize it, how to automate a test case, how to start with your basic test case structure, all those things. By completing AS1, you will be full-fledgedly understanding how to create a test case, how to run your test case, and how to how to give some basic parameters in your test case. Okay, so Automation Specialist 2 is an extension of AS1 where you already know how to build a test case and all. So now if you have huge amount of data, so how to build a test sheet, like test design sheet, however we have seen with multiple scenarios, and how to incorporate this test sheet to your test cases. Not only to test design sheet, you can also, align with your Excel. Okay, so you don't want to use this test case design sheet. You want to use your basic Excel sheet where you have to create these different scenarios. So that one also can be incorporated with your test cases. We will see all those things as part of AS2. So this is nothing but you are building up some templates where you can use different sets of test data and also API testing. As part of AS2 also, we'll be seeing the basics of API testing. So extension to it also we'll be seeing as part of API testing. Okay, and on that note, so any other questions? Okay, this is already done. Basically, there are a few more things that you have to understand about Tosca. Like it is very easy to use even for non-programmers. Like someone have stepped out and stepped in and told that I don't have any prior knowledge. There is completely nothing that you have to know before. Only the basics of testing you have to have. It will help you to do an end-to-end testing. Okay, without any technical, there's nothing that you have to know the technicalities of your web application, how to get an XPath, how to inspect an element, all those things are not needed. Okay, you simply have to just understand how this tool works. Okay, and it is resilient and maintenance free. So even if your application is moving or rapidly changing, okay, so you can simply have it very easily changed, or your test cases can be upgraded, auto fixes can be easily implemented. All those things can be easily done with the help of Tosca and faster time to the value. Yes, I mean, you can easily, as I told, we can do an early development cycle. We can early start this development testing and we can do it. So it will help us to build your test cases faster and easier. Yes, okay. So if you see why Tosca, you know, by this time you should have understood that Tosca is supporting multiple technologies. So it is an added advantage for any of the application or any of the client to rely on this particular thing, because he can easily go. I mean, it's like a hypermarket. You go to one store and you get all the features added. You want to do API, you want to do database, you want to do what else? Web testing. You want to do desktop application testing. There's a black screen is involved you have to do that automation. You can do it. Anything you can easily do it with Tosca. And even if it is a paid tool, okay, as it has these many added advantages. So Tosca has, all the clients, everyone are eagerly looking to start using this. Okay, if you see, it also supports Java, Oracle, SAP, SOA also. Okay. Yeah, there's a good vendor support for this. So that is why Tosca also has become very popular. If you see desktop, web API, database, browser, mobile. And also not only these different types of applications, but also different industries also it starts supporting. If you take energy sector, there also Tosca already has its footsteps. Financial services, most of the banking applications, trusted applications use Tosca because they use a legacy application model. Even the legacy application model is also supported with Tosca. Public sector also uses Tosca. Healthcare sector, healthcare projects also use Tosca. Retail industry also uses Tosca. Technology industry also uses Tosca. Telecom industry also uses Tosca. So if you learn Tosca, maybe any of the project that comes to you, you can easily handle it because you will be having so much of information. And enterprise applications supported by Tosca. These are some of the enterprise applications that I could put it in a one PowerPoint. If you say SAP, Oracle, Salesforce, most commonly used, ServiceNow, Workday, Snowflake, Microsoft Dynamics, Pega, Guideware, Avlog, ADP, Adobe, and IBM. Okay, IBM Maximo. All these enterprise applications are supported with Tosca.
Question. So
Yeah,
as you
Manohar,
said,
I'll come back to you. Yeah. Today's session. Have a very nice day.